What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind back again. And before I do anything else, as always, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everyone who likes, everyone who shares, everyone who subscribes and hits the notification bell. And of course, everybody who comments. It gives me life. Thank you so much. And it's been a while, hasn't it? Yes, it has. It's been a while, my friends. And that is mostly because my son has needed me. You know, this past week, you know, these kids, man, it's like they go through their phases and, you know, sometimes they need a little bit more attention than others. And I know, you know, all my dads, all my moms out there, you feel me on that. Sometimes you really, really have to pay attention to the kids, you know, when they start acting out, like what's underneath it. You know, everything you just can't you just can't beat it out of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times you really have to communicate. You have to talk to them. You have to listen. And when things aren't right with my boy, they're not right with me. So I had to put the brakes on things, and I had to devote all of my time, you know, some real quality time with him. So you know, I can't think of anything that's more worthwhile. My boy, I know you're out there. You'll see this sooner or later. And I just want you to know, you and I, we made a pact. We will always have each other's back. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. He's gonna hate this. I'll be there, boy. I'll be there. Just call on your dad, son, and I'll be there. Don't you know, yeah. All right, you know, that probably made things worse. He's someplace cringing. How do you think he feels now? Better? Or worse? Well, son, I love you, and that's the only reason why I do it. If it can make you smile, even in embarrassment, it's worth it. So, yeah, so that's what it's all about, guys. You know, sometimes you really, really just have to take the time, you know, to be there for your kids. And I try. But anyway, before I knock out, because it is late, but I just wanted to connect with you guys. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's been a while. How's everything? How's the family? How's everything been going? Listen, I know things get trying. We must never give up. Not ever, okay? So, anyway, guys, you know, I saw this story earlier today, and I figured, you know, this is a good enough story as any to jump back in here. And this one is about Star Trek. And I know that other YouTubers have got to have covered this. I haven't noticed it, but I know. You know, especially the almighty, all great, powerful Doomcock. I know, because he's big on Star Trek. But I saw this article, and what this is, by the way, shout out to Doomcock, man. I love your work. Yeah. The story is there's going to be a Star Trek animated series, and it's going to be a comedy. Ba-dum-bum. Star Trek. Yeah, all right. So, I don't know. I have an article here. I'm going to share it with you guys, and then I'm going to tell you how I feel about this bullshit. All right, here we go. And you can find this on GameSpot.com, okay? Round and round and round we go. It starts off. Star Trek, adult animated comedy series on the way from Rick and Morty writer. And then it says Starfleet funny. With the second season of Star Trek Discovery, or STD, due in January, and a new show focusing on the later adventures of Jean-Luc Picard on the way, the long-running sci-fi franchise is steadily becoming a TV force once more. I don't know about that, guys. I mean, if you go by STD and this so-called Jean-Luc Picard thing, I mean, I think it's a little bit too early to say that, but okay. It has now been reported that an animated Star Trek show is also in development. Yes, according to Deadline, CBS has ordered 2 seasons of a show titled Star Trek Lower Decks. Ooh, that just screams inspiration, doesn't it? I smell the greatness. I need a maid. Okay, the series is described as a half-hour adult animated comedy series, and it is being developed by Mike McMahon, the head writer of Adult Swim's hugely popular Rick and Morty. The show will take a humorous look at the crew serving on one of the least important ships in Starfleet. Oh my god, that sounds exciting. Yes, if you were going to spend probably millions of dollars producing a new Star Trek series, this is what you would want it to be. You would want it to be about the crew serving on one of the least important ships in Starfleet. From one episode to the next, you can barely contain your excitement. I tell ya, where did they come up with this shit? Like Discovery and The Picard Show, Star Trek Lower Decks will screen in the US like everything else that's not worth shit on the subscription channel CBS All Access. It will be produced by Secret Hideout, the CBS TV-based production company run by Alex Kurtzman, who has been associated with the franchise since co-writing J.J. Abrams' 2009 reboot movie and its sequel. In a statement, Kurtzman said, "Mike won our hearts with his first sentence. I want to do a show about the people who put the yellow cartridge in the food replicator so a banana can come out the other end." Oh god, oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is all it takes to get a green light in Hollywood. Or just some dumb shit like this. I want to do a show about the people who put the yellow cartridge in the food replicator so a banana can come out the other end. Do you realize how ludicrous that plot is? Gene Roddenberry, on behalf of this generation, I am so sorry. I profusely apologize, Gene Roddenberry, that it has come to this, that the fandom has allowed these people to infiltrate the way that they have all across the board, whether it's Star Wars or Star Trek or Star Balls, whatever. It's like it's gotten out of hand. There are thieves in the temple tonight. Ow! And I'm talking about the Jedi Temple. There are thieves in the Jedi Temple tonight. Wow. I want to do a show about the people who put the yellow cartridge in the food replicator so a banana can come out the other end. This, ladies and gentlemen, is idiocracy in its purest form. His cat's name is Riker. His son's name is Sagan. The man is committed to Star Trek. He's brilliantly funny and knows every inch of Star Trek episodes. No, he knows every inch of every Star Trek episode. And that's his secret sauce. He writes with the pure, joyful heart of a true fan. Now that's a lie. How do I know it's a lie? Because he wants to do a show about the people who put the yellow cartridge in the food replicator before it shits out a banana. That's not a fan, guys. I'm sorry. As we broaden the world of Trek to fans of all ages, we're so excited to include Mike's extraordinary voice. The Picard Show was announced in August. The Picard Show. What is this, a fucking talk show? The Picard Show. Now here's Jean-Luc. Make it so. Number one. But this sounds like a bunch of number two. The Picard Show was announced in August, but it does not yet have a premiere date. STD, however, returns to CBS All Access on January 17th, 2019. Check out the latest trailer here, and it has a link. I won't. No. Okay, it goes on. While Star Trek continues to thrive on TV, no it's not, the future of the franchise on the big screen is less certain. 2016 Star Trek Beyond was a commercial disappointment in comparison to its two predecessors. While Star Trek IV was previously announced in August, this year it was reported that the movie is currently in limbo following a breakdown in pay negotiations for stars Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, Chris Pine. You're going to negotiate the return of Chris Pine. You want to have a Star Trek without Captain Kirk. You want to have the original, the movie based on the original series without Captain Kirk. And you think this is a good idea. Okay. Well, look, I believe that's the end of the article. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of the article. Look, guys, humor, comedy in Star Trek. Listen. Spock. humor of all the modes of storytelling, I find to be the most human. However, Star Trek is not a comedy. Yes, there has always been humor in Star Trek. You can find the humor in the banter between Bones, Dr. McCoy, and Spock, Captain Kirk and Scotty, Sulu and Uhura, Chekhov, and the little ear thing that crawled into his ear in The Wrath of Khan. Gone! Yes, there's always been humor in Trek, but Trek is not a comedy, okay? There's no way that this comes off good. All it's going to be doing is mocking Star Trek, and Star Trek fans don't want to have Star Trek mocked. So no, I'm not excited for this. I think it's a horrible idea. But see, this is what happens when we let people who are not real fans, who actually have a disdain for the fandom, this is what happens when we let them into the things that we love the most. Whether it's blockhead, roundhead Ryan Johnson, in The Last Jedi, or it's this guy, these people who are behind doing this to Star Trek. If you're fans, you know this is not what you do. Okay, yes, use humor with your storytelling, but to make a flat out fucking comedy out of Star Trek is damn sacrilege. You know what I mean? And it's gone too far, guys. This is what I'm talking about. We can no longer patronize these people. We can no longer afford to say that, oh, they're taking things in a new direction. They're taking things in a bold new direction. You guys have to have an open mind. Fanboys are just being bitter because they don't want to change with the times. No, in its pure form, Star Trek is about exploration. It's about imagination. It's about exploring and, strange new worlds and like really posing questions to humanity about what it means to be human and the bounds of decency and things like that. Yes, by all means, you can have humor in your storytelling. But when you turn it into a flat out fucking comedy, you've gone too far. We have the Orville, okay? And right now, the Orville is out-trekking Star Trek. The Orville is being more true to the original vision, as I understand it, of Gene Roddenberry. And yes, they do manage to put in some comedy. But you know what? I was surprised to find out that the Orville tempers its comedy with the core values of Star Trek. They never go too far, or they haven't yet. I thought that first season was great. Did they have some misfires? Of course, nothing's perfect. But for the most part, I was pleasantly surprised as someone who is not a fan of Seth MacFarlane and his humor. I found the Orville to be quite refreshing. So, turning Star Trek and surrendering it to comedy, even an animated series, I find to be unacceptable. So this, to me, is not a situation of, oh, just give it a chance. No, they told you they were going to fuck with it. They told you they were going to make a laugh riot out of it, a comedy. So no, I don't give that a chance. I just don't. It's like, even if it is funny or it has some funny moments, that's not Star Trek. You know what I mean? So I don't know, guys. That's how I feel about it. You guys let me know how you feel about it. In the comment section, as always, you are welcome. That's it for me, for now. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. I'll catch you on the next one. Rock on!